Hello and welcome to Further Together, enriching relationships, creating a better future.
Thank you for joining us on yet another episode on Further Together. So sorry for coming on late. We had a few glitches here and there, but we are here and ready to crack on.
Yes, what more shall we say apart from saying thank you very much if you're just joining us for the first time and you probably have been referred or just bumped into this content. We want to say thank you very much and would also ask you to follow and like our page, share with friends so that they benefit. If you are a regular on this page, we want to say thank you and would also encourage you to share with friends and family so that they do benefit from the content that you are benefiting from. And tonight is a great night. We are speaking about the complaints, common complaints
From
from
men.
men.
Yeah.
Many times we sit down and we have couples meetings or we have just gatherings. You hear there are certain complaints that men do share, and some of them they have a similarity. So
Yeah.
we said, why don't you sit down and discuss tonight
Yeah.
the common complaints from men?
Elder Gabriel, thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's always a pleasure to have you on this platform.
Yes, we are sharing. We are sharing, which is quite important. And uh, yes, if you are just joining us, or if you have joined, would you please share with friends so that they do benefit? Sharing is caring. Um, Without further ado, we want to get into the real deal of the day. What are the complaints that we have heard? These complaints are common. If you speak to marriage coaches, counselors, mentors, anywhere where men do gather,
Yeah.
you hear most of these or some of these. This is not an exhaustive list of the complaints, the common complaints from men, but we are just touching some of them. Number one complaint which we have heard is she's perfect and I'm work in progress. She is perfect and I'm work in progress. And many times you sit down with men, they'll tell you, you know what? Women, they speak like angels. They are perfect in everything. So if anything goes wrong, I think some of us, we have seen that video. It was trending on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, which says if a man and a woman are having an argument and the man is wrong, no, if a man and a woman are having an argument, the man is wrong, then you are wrong as a man. If a man and a woman are having an argument, the woman is wrong. The men have to apologize. If a woman and a man are having an argument, both of them are wrong. Still, the men have to apologize. So the man is never, the man, he is never in a position of saying, I'm correct. He is ever wrong because he's dealing with a perfect creature.
And this one, ladies, I hope we can learn from so that we don't just see ourselves as the righteous ones, like what I would call the righteous ones, and then just looking at your spouse as, they are the ones that are work in progress. And this we get quite a lot as well when we are coaching couples. Usually women are the ones that will seek for help. They will reach out and they will say, do you know what,
Yep.
we need help in our marriage. And starting out, you might feel like, do you know what, this man, what's the man doing? He's not pulling in the weight as well. And only as you go a little deeper, you realize that the angel, the wife, is not an angel after all. So we are all work in progress. So this is one thing that we are getting quite a lot. And and I think sometimes you'd see it in our relationship as well, where I might be thinking that I'm the perfect one. You need to work on that.
Yeah.
You need to change your habits. You
Yep.
need to
Yep.
readdress things. And sometimes it's, do you know what? You're not in touch with real life. These men are not aware of what's going on out there. So this is one of the common complaints. Men are saying women think they're perfect, and we are the work in progress.
Yeah. And that's mainly because when it comes to seeking therapy, women are ahead of that.
Yeah.
When it comes to being articulative, women also,
Yeah.
when they are presenting their facts,
Yeah.
many times we are having probably a mentorship, or we're just working with a couple. You will discover that the wife
Yeah.
has a list of things that she has written already. Oh, he does that, and this, and this, and this. And they are quick to say, I think he needs to work on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When it comes to prayer, the very same thing. Women think they are more righteous and holy. They are the prayer warriors, and the
They're
men
more closer to God.
is way out of touch. So please, as we are working with you, our women, please know that sometimes we feel that you are more perfect and we are work in progress. We are the wretched ones.
Point taken, complaint taken, and hopefully we as women will do something about it. The second complaint from a lot of men, like we said, this is not generalizable to every relationship.
Yep.
So if you don't find this in your marriage, thank God. But the second complaint is that women think that having sex with us is doing us a favor.
Yeah, not with you. Women think that having sex with men is doing men a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
I
my
was saying it because it's a man. I'm speaking,
well done.
yeah.
That's my complaint, to say when Priscilla is having sex with me, she thinks she's doing me a favor. We are not, you are not doing nobody a favor when you're having sex. Before we got married, on our wedding day, we said, I do, you do, we're going to do each other. So stop acting as if sex is only for me. It is also for you. That's why sometimes we end up seeing women who are starving their husband's sex, then they end up having sex toys somewhere. It shows that there's need for that.
Yeah.
And that's why even the sex toy industry is blooming, because women also do need sex. But somewhere, somehow, they have this idea of, oh yeah, if
I'm
you do
just
that,
doing you
I
a
won't
favor.
I won't
I
give
won't
you
give it
sex
to you.
because I'm doing you a favor. You are only fulfilling one of your obligations. It's your responsibility to give me. It's my responsibility to give you. We are.
Conjugal rights.
It is. Hallelujah. It is actually my conjugal rights, because we are married, so I have to have it, and you also need to have it. So both of us, when you are cooking, you are not doing me a favor, and I'm not doing you a favor if I cook. We are only doing what we are supposed to do as married people.
So that's point taken right there. Having sex is not doing your spouse a favor.
Not at all.
It is what we've got to do. It is enjoyable. It's what strengthens the connection.
Yes.
So let's get that right. And the third one is women. A lot of women are nagging and they are too critical. So that's one of the complaints.
Oh yeah.
Nagging and being too critical.
And the Bible says it is
Better.
better to live on top of the house than to live with a
brawling or a
nagging woman. And this nagging and
critical,
too critical, they're cousins. Just after them, nagging and too critical, just after them, then stonewalling, because I don't deserve to live with somebody who is like this. You don't deserve to live with me. You are not supposed to. I can't give you my body because you are not doing this. So many times men, they do things, and after doing it, you discover that you haven't done it in the right way. You go and do dishes. Some guys were saying, I'm afraid of doing dishes because after doing dishes, somebody will come, the inspector will come, and they say, no, you haven't done it the right way. You take the dishes, you put them in the cupboard, and they're saying, no, where you put this, the plate you put on the bottom is the one who's supposed to be on the top. The one which you put on the top is the one supposed to be on the bottom. And I was saying, can you imagine me coming to Priscilla and say, you know what? The egg that you have boiled is the one that I wanted scrambled, and the one that you have scrambled is the one that I wanted boiled. What sort of... Please, sometimes when somebody have gone all out of their way, all the way to do certain things, learn to appreciate. Don't be too critical. Yes, critique, but don't be too critical.
That's a point.
And stop nagging.
Yeah, and on the being too critical aspect of it, really, we need to make sure that we are not pushing our spouses away, or we are not, because what happens in the end, some of them are not going to help, some of them are not going to do those things that you've wanted them to do. Like, for example, I'm one type of person that I have my type of way that I would fold my clothes. So trousers, I would fold trousers in a type of way, fold clothes in a type of way, and Kudzi does it differently. And if you're not careful,
I do it the wrong way.
You do it the wrong way. Thank you.
According to who? Yeah.
According to me, yeah, and according to the standard of how clothes should be piled in my wardrobe. But then at the end of the day, if I'm going to dwell there and start criticizing that you didn't fold it this way, then the next day you're not going to iron. So men are complaining that a lot of women out there, they are nagging and they're too critical. And the bad thing about nagging is that the spouse will not want to be around you. So they'll find every way, every excuse. So you would find men escaping to the pub, or just being around their friends. Why? Because
football. Don't blame football. Sometimes they are looking just for somewhere to go where they can. You have somebody who is not nagging you. You just have your body.
Yeah.
Sometimes as men, we just want to sit down and we are saying nothing and we are doing nothing and we just, oh yeah, yes, we want that. And to you you become so critical. Look at him. He's just sitting there. He's thinking nothing. Especially when you come and you ask him, oh, babe, I'm sitting down. What are you thinking? Then I go, nothing.
So, man, how can you be sitting and thinking nothing? Like, seriously.
So sometimes we need that. Stop nagging us. Please, don't be too critical.
Point taken. The fourth point, which is a complaint from man, is some of the women don't seem interested. So they are not showing any interest in their spouse. And if they have children, they are focusing quite a lot on children. And it seems like the man is not there. He's not present at all.
Yeah. Gabriel, don't go there. You want to start trouble. Yes, women, as men, we have the capacity. We are the only ones who have the capacity of thinking nothing.
Yeah.
So as men, there are moments where we can think nothing. We can sit
and
down.
Oktula says, think something. Like, honestly, I have so much going on in my head, even as I'm sitting here. And just because there's that difference between men and women are now tending to say, you know what, I'm expecting you to think something. And when in your own world, you're in your nothing box, you are not thinking of anything. So women, let's stop it.
I know it's a story for another day, but if you look at high achieving and people who are doing things in life, you find out probably the top 10, they are men. They have the capacity of thinking nothing when things are hard.
That's a story for another day.
It's for another day.
So the fourth one that we've just mentioned is spouses, women, they probably don't seem interested in me.
And where there are children, the focus is now turned and it's more on the child or on children.
Yeah.
So before the children, it was you and I. And these children, they are just here for a while. And some of you guys here, some of the children have gone to uni already. It's a sign that in the next 5-7 years, it will be just you and me. So if now it's you and me, how are we going to live life when you are torturing and rostering me now? So there are moments where we look at our wives and they seem to be not interested. And the only thing that is they're interested with is the child. So it becomes my child, this, my child, this, oh, this boy, oh, this girl, oh, this boy wants my attention. When am I going to get the attention? And by the way, this child is our child. Even if we are a blended family, he is ours. We are blending together. So stop being less interested in me and be more interested in our children. And some is not children. Be more interested with friends, that when you start speaking to your friends, you see the face glowing and everything. And when I'm coming, it's like, you know what?
Like
I'm
nobody's
disturbing
there.
the
Yeah.
peace. So please show interest in us. We love you. On that day when we got married, you looked at me. I'm still the one. I may make my mistakes. I'm work in progress, like we always say, but I'm still the one.
This is word and this is food for thought. And I remember as well a time when you had a word with me and say that you felt neglected.
Yes.
And in that moment, I was busy. It was nothing to do with children. I was just busy with work, just getting on with life, busy with stuff. And in that time, you really needed me. You felt like you needed somebody to talk to. You needed hugs and cuddles, and I was just busy.
Yeah.
And one thing about us women, if we really want to be busy,
And you can be
we
busy.
can be
Yes,
busy.
you know how to.
I know
You have
how to be
mastered
busy.
You have.
As the Takashi Master Chigemi Church,
Yes.
we know how to be busy, So men are saying that you don't seem interested. And sometimes
And Solomon says, less interested or not interested. Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah.
Sometimes it's not even less interested. It's not interested at all. So stay there. Don't
Yeah.
touch me.
I'm not
Yes,
interested.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Do what you want to do. Don't go there.
yeah, yeah. So that's a complaint taken, and hopefully we can take that on board. And the last and the final that we have for tonight, if you have any complaints that you want to bring on, do just throw in the comment section so we can learn as well. So we have two more points. I'm sorry for that. The fifth one is
Feeling controlled. One of the common complaints from men is we do feel controlled by women. And that starts from the way we talk, the way we dress, where we go. We are even told if you are going to events, some guys have said, you know what? So much such that when you're going to an event, I'm told that your jokes are dry jokes. So when you go there, please don't do your silly
tone
jokes.
it down. Yeah.
You know, I'm wearing my lovely Arsenal T-shirt. We are going where we are going. So where do you think you're going? Take off that T-shirt. Look for some.
Or if you wear that, you're not coming with
You're
me.
not coming
or
with
I'm
me.
not coming with
so
you.
there is a lot of threatening just because somebody wants to control me. Somebody wants to control the way I dress. Somebody wants to control the way I eat. You know, you're eating too much carbs.
Yeah.
If you keep on doing this, you're going to die. Who is going to die, for God's sake?
Oh. So there it is. Control. So you're touching on quite a number of aspects.
And that includes where we will go, friends we play with. I know, you know, we always, Zimbabwean men and African men, they always say this. Oh, we are having an event. So I don't know if I'll get the visa to go to the men's gathering. I don't know if I get the visa. So it's like there is, you know, a certain home officer who will say from the home office, we are granting you the visa to go. So it's either a single entry, you just go there just for this event, or it's a multiple entry, you only go if you are going for this event as much as you can. So there is that limitation of where we are going needs to be scrutinized because you know,
because you're
when you go there,
representing
you're going to
me,
spoil
you're
yourself
representing
and
us.
saying this. So
Yeah.
there is too much control in what we do. Even the way we speak with children, you don't speak with them that way. You don't speak with the children that way. You don't do this. For God's sake.
Oh, Lord, deliver me tonight. Deliver me tonight.
Women, when it comes to control, please do it small.
I feel like it's really you're really hammering it on tonight.
Just do it small. some of the men out there, they are also supervisors. They are managers at
Thank
work.
you,
They
Cynthia.
make
Cynthia says sorry, Kani. Because Kudzie is like right there at the moment. Sorry, guys. Yes, Sai says Apananyika is now home office. So
yeah, we know that you are the home office, and I mean nobody is
denying it.
disputing that. However, we are only saying when it comes to the leash, at least allow it to go a little bit, longer. Let us know that we can make some little decisions. I can wear this. I mean, I know that baby don't like that berry bottom, but sometimes
that one. Sorry, man.
just allow
Guys,
me for the
that
sake of
one,
peace.
yeah, that one. If you see it, that one, babe, please, yeah, that one, just that one. Anything else, you can wear as much as you like, but that one, I'm still working on my faith. When my faith, allows, I will say yes. Go ahead.
Did you hear that, my people?
Yeah.
My men, where are you?
Oh, Facebook user. I wish I knew who you were so we could acknowledge your name. You say that. Pardon me, babe.
Yeah.
Too much home office, and we should do it small. But Chad says we hear you. Thank you so much. And I like this comment from Pastor Conciliate. To love is to allow each other to flourish in whom they are.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
May God help us to do likewise. And Melissa brought in something that we touched on earlier on nagging. And she says that one of the complaints is women nagging. If you ask your husband to do something, give them time to do it. And don't ask 5 or 6 times. Thank you so
10.
much. We're not going to defend anything on that. Let's just say it once and not nag.
Yep.
And Sai says there has to be a balance. Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that. The last point for tonight
is
the last complaint.
So we are speaking about the common complaints from men. Our last point is lack of appreciation. Sometimes it's very difficult to be being a man is one of the hardest tasks. Yes, it's
like how hard
being a man. Ladies, understand that there is a high rate of suicide among men, especially men between the age of 30 and 55. Because in that moment, men sometimes we cease to concentrate on achieving things. We cease to concentrate on releasing our potential. And in some cases, we lose friends. You are lonely. And if you become probably, if you are in business and you are there, sometimes it's lonely at the top. So when you do things, it's not 100, it's not always that you succeed. Sometimes things do not go the way you were planning. And when things go that way, I know that it's painful. However, the little that I have managed to do, learn to appreciate. Just learn to say, babe, well done. We know you tried this. It didn't work out, but you meant it for good. No man with 5 senses would want to take 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, put it in a business and expect no yield. So when such things happen, I think it's time for you to come and say, you know what, babe, I know things did not go the way you were thinking, but well done. And I'm talking of this appreciation on bigger things, also on smaller things. If I haven't been cooking, the day I cook, appreciate me because I am doing something that I have never done. It may not be making the whole meal, but just boiling the eggs and just cutting the vegetables. Appreciate me. I have gone a little bit extra.
Yeah.
It's something that I don't normally do. Just driving to come and pick you up, coming out to jumpstart your car when the button is flat, when you left the lights on, when you have been told by your driving instructor that when you're coming out of the car, you switch off the lights, you left the lights on. Now I come out to help you jumpstart your car. Appreciate me. I'm not a mechanic, for God's sake.
Kudzi, Kudzi, brother Kudzi, vari pahasha. This is his heartbeat. And you know what, guys? We really, really, if you're listening and you're a woman out there, just, take notes. I'm learning as you're talking because I can relate so much.
Facebook user.
Yeah, you're saying that not kunzi uribenzi watambisa mari.
You have invested in a business, and somebody comes and says to you, "Oh, how can you be so foolish?" The day I invested and I came with profits.
Yeah.
You were shopping. You started from Poundland, TK Maxx. You went to Harrods. You were singing praises and you were taking selfies of yourself, having lunch and having dinner in special places. Now that things did not work out. You didn't appreciate. Even that day when I brought the money, you didn't appreciate. You just took the money as if I owe you. I owe you everything. I'm Droba. Learn to appreciate. Be grateful.
Jamu says, thanks, you're on point. Now this one is on another level. It's a Zimbabwean way of saying it. Kwita baba, you went. I don't know what that means, but it just means that is like it's a hard thing, isn't it? It's hard being a man. That's basically what you're saying. Thank you for sharing that. And it's good to hear your perspective and to actually understand that, as men, you love to be valued, you love to be appreciated.
Yes.
And even in cases where we are going to bear with you, we are going to appreciate where you have not done up to the standard that we expect. Because I think many a times, the more we are expecting certain things, and sometimes it doesn't fall that way, instead of us appreciating, we then start hammering and just making
some of these expectations, some of them they are not real, they are unrealistic. I know that there is Elon Musk there, who is the richest man in the world, but there's going to be only one Elon Musk. There's going to be only one Steve Jobs. And if you look at it, Elon Musk himself, he doesn't have a wife. So in as much as he is good in business, he struggles. Jeff Bezos, Mackenzie, she's a single woman right now. Jeff Bezos, the richest man from Amazon, failed to sustain relationship. So just appreciating me for putting up with you with all the rubbish that you do. It's Coach Pam, get me. I'm passionate about this.
I'm sorry, Chris. Gab says your standards are not achievable. All right, now.
I watched. I'm gonna close with this in joking. I watched another video of a man in Nigeria, and he say, "Who can please woman? Who can please woman? No one in this world can please woman." Because even God himself failed to please them. He gave them hair, they go and buy Brazilian hair to put on them. He gave them nails, they go and look for plastic nails and put on top of what they have. He gave them lashes. They remove the what do you call them? The evil. They remove what God gave them. Then they look for a pencil to write what they want. So
Coach Pam says men don't communicate very well. We wish you could open up more and tell us what you like. Thank you so much for that. And there we are coming on with these complaints to say these are some of the things, and you know what? It's only us that can take it on board.
Thank you, Pastor Concilia.
And Pastor Concilia says everyone needs encouragement and appreciation. Unfortunately, ladies demand this, but not always able to do so for men. Wow, that's so profound.
That's
May God help us as much as we want to be appreciated to do likewise to our spouses. And Melissa, I would like us to read that comment. Says, Amen. Let's learn to appreciate our husbands and stop comparing. That is so, so profound. Comparison just kills every heart of appreciation because you're looking at the other side. The grass looks greener. So why is yours not greener? Some men are doing it. Some men are driving good cars. They're buying their wives' cars. You are still buying me, whatever. And all of those things. So let's learn to appreciate our husbands and stop comparing. Even before we start spending our husbands' salaries, let's say thank you for working hard for us.
Yes, yes.
That is so, so powerful.
Yeah, I know a husband and a wife who had they were having their conversation, and the wife looked at the husband and said, "How old are you?" And the husband said, "Okay, say 55." And then the wife say, "55. The only thing that you bring me is a dress. Somebody is buying a Bugatti for 2.5 million, who is 47.
Where's especially with the social media, all the things that we are seeing, we just
Dangote is doing more than what you're doing." By the way, yes, I can be.
MC Tandy is sorry, babe. Says indeed it's important to appreciate our husbands. That way we get more money. That's the code. I know.
I know, but sometimes they appreciate us even without the money at the back.
Now listen to this. Daniel says, not sure how it is with everyone, but I've noticed that even when appreciation is not verbalized, deep down it's there. That's why she comes back for my assistance. I'll still vote for verbal appreciation. Thank you, thank you so much. Some of the times it's not that we don't appreciate, but we don't verbalize it. And what we are learning this evening is it is important to actually come and say it, appreciate them for all their efforts, for what they're doing.
Yeah.
And something which may sound silly, but which I do, appreciating my husband when he gives me, a pleasurable moment, in the bedroom.
Yes,
I appreciate
it's an effort.
because out there things are not looking good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the grass looks greener on the other side, but when you arrive, sometimes it's astroturf. Sometimes it's artificial grass.
So it's things like that. Things like that. You've had a beautiful moment, you've had great sex. Appreciate that man. Even for asking, like, can we have sex tonight? Can we have sex the next day? Some men are not looking at their wives anymore. Some men don't desire sex anymore. So little things that are worth appreciating.
Yes.
And Sai, let's read that one. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I say my observation is women do most of the day running of the household. So obviously they will talk more than most husbands who would do the seemingly fewer tasks of the major structures of the household. I hope that really makes sense because quite a lot of the times women are just running the home. And we did touch on it the other time that men's task sometimes then becomes things to do with a car, which are not an everyday thing.
Yes.
So yes, we do quite acknowledge that because we are doing so much here, we then tend to be speaking so much, but that will not excuse us or be a justification for us not to be grateful, not to appreciate. So when they do something, when they do cook, sometimes it's not up to standard, but I've seen this many times. Like a wife will literally say, like, what is this? I can't eat this. Like, this is rubbish. There are better ways of saying things. There are better ways of, appreciating and also directing them to the areas that you would want help instead. So if he's not a great cook, and he's cooked, you appreciate that. Appreciate the effort.
And Bishop Jeffrey, one of my favorite bishops in Zimbabwe, says, what you don't appreciate, you depreciate. So sometimes if you don't appreciate what I'm doing, I won't have the energy of doing it.
More, yeah.
So Tandy, sit down, my friend. Sit down, my friend.
You eat it with love.
Yes, sit down, my friend. It's not everything that we are capacitated to do.
Yeah.
But that you appreciate and you say the truth in love.
Yeah.
it will make me to probably put more effort, more
Yeah.
than just criticizing me. It's rubbish. Oh, it's rubbish. Okay, so you eat what you cook every day, and it will not only end in cooking. Then it becomes everything I do
Everything.
becomes rubbish.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. It's how you're going to
a
interpret it
garbage
as well.
truck offloads rubbish. So once you say rubbish to me, I'm a garbage truck. So everything I have is rubbish. Then what do you want from me?
So if
So
it's so
then
even if you know how to iron, you're not going
I
to
am not
iron. You're
gonna,
not going to do
yeah,
this.
because I don't know what you're gonna say. So if it is the truth, let the truth be said in love.
The word of God says, "He who has ears, let them hear
Hear
what the
what the
Spirit says, and
yes,
let
yes,
them hear what we all have shared here tonight." It has been amazing with a lot of engagements. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. And I hope that as women, we are going to appreciate these men. We are going to stop the nagging, stop the being too critical, and we
yes.
are going to really look into all those complaints
Appreciate us.
that men have aired to us this evening, and we are going to do better and be
Yes.
better. And next week we are bringing on complaints from us as women. And you
Yeah.
know, and I'm sure you
I
by
don't.
now you know that ours will be more.
Yes, I don't know how many will be able to do, because with women, the complaints
I
they
believe.
seem to be more. What more shall we say apart from saying thank you so much for giving us your precious position, which is your time. Time permitting, God willing, we will meet again next week where we are speaking about the common
Complaints
complaints from
from
men, from
women.
me and
From
from women.
women,
Yes,
babe.
from
Yours, you are
women.
done.
For me and my beautiful wife, we are signing out till we
Love
meet
you
again. God
all.
bless
Thank
you.
you so much. Yes,
Baby.
MC Tandy,
Yes, women
send the list.
send them,
Send the
but let
list.
them be sizable. You know, if they become chunky, we might spend the whole year
Kudzie, but look at how passionate you were speaking so passionately, like and I need
to
to
the
do that.
glory of God.
So if you've got any ladies, do throw them inbox me or text me. Let's bring on those common complaints from women. We love you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your time.
God
God
bless.
bless
Bye bye
you.
bye.